The next step is the same whether you're using a Google Sheet or an Excel document. What we need to do is create the lists of data that we will then analyze in the Desmos graphing calculator, which really is the easiest way to make your histograms and box plots. So I think what I will do is I've got 51 states and territories. So you can't cut it exactly in half, so I think I will do the 25 largest and the 26 smallest, which means this. I'm going to take now my list of teacher salaries. So this is the column that has the numbers I want to analyze, and I want to split it down the middle. So I'm going to go, so from line 2 down to line 27. That's my lowest 26 salaries. I'm going to copy, open up a Desmos graphing calculator, which is just desmos.com/calculator, and create a list. The way I do that is you first name the list, and you can only use one letter. You can use subscripts if you want, meaning numbers, like you could call it L1 or L2. But if you want to use letters, only one is going to be allowed. I'm going to refer to these as my small states. I like to use capital letters for my lists. And then just paste your list in. It's going to say, hey, you've got a list of 26 numbers. There it is. Those are my small state average teacher salaries. I'm then going to do the same for my larger states. Back to the sheet, pick up where I left off, copy the rest, paste, and there we go. I now have two lists of my largest 25 states and my smallest 25 states. To make your data displays, let's start with the box plots. Those are easy. You just type the word box plot and you tell the calculator which list to use. In order to see it, click the little magnifying glass and it will set your window so that you can see your box plot. Do the same thing for your other data set. And unfortunately, it's going to put it right on top of it. So what we would really like to see is to have them stacked so we can compare. To fix that, change your offset number. As you take that up to, say, 3, now our box plots are on top of each other. You've got the scale going. It will automatically find the outliers for you. You can now do your cus comparisons between those two data sets. For histograms, there's only one additional step, and that is you're going to want to set a bin size. But let's take a look now at the histograms. I will turn off the box plots and just type the word histogram. Tell the calculator which list you want to use. And there you go. Now it defaults to a bin width of 1. That's not super helpful here. We're talking about salary numbers. These are larger. These are in the thousands. So let's see. What if my bin width is 100? That doesn't help much. What if it's 1,000? That's actually not a bad histogram. Now, I do want you to change your alignment to the left. This is just saying, do I want my bars centered on a number, or do we want it to be on the left-hand side? That's typically how they're done. So switch that bin alignment to left. This is still a lot of bars. I may be going to take it up to 2,000. I don't know. I like the look of the 2,000 bin width better. You could even, it's 5,000 is maybe too much, or maybe it's not. We'll have to see when we bring the other group up. I'm going to leave it at 2,000 for right now. Next, create a second histogram, this time for the other data. The large states, I'm going to set the same bin width, align it on the left, and I don't like the green color, so if you click and hold on the circle icon on the left, you can choose a different color. Let's maybe go with that. And now there's my small states, there's my large states. Let's see if there's a difference. I want to experiment. Does a different bin width give me a different picture? So if I, notice a bar is going off the top of the screen. To set your viewing window in Desmos, you click on the little wrench. I want my y-axis to go higher because my bar is too high. So let's set the maximum, I don't know, let's try 10. That's a little better. Now I can see all my bars. So there's histogram 1. Let's see what the other one looks like with that bin width. Ooh, this one is still going off the screen. Let's make that y maximum even higher. This 5,000 bin width isn't bad. It gives a decent picture of the overall trend. Here it is for those larger states. This is now something I can do a decent cuss comparison with. The final thing I want to show you how to do here on the Desmos is to get the statistics that you need. So you're supposed to find the mean. To find the mean, you just type mean, and then you tell the calculator which list you want. So there's the average teacher salary of the small states. You just change your list to the other, and it'll give you the mean for the other. For your standard deviation, now here is where I want you to maybe check with your classmates or check with me. There are those two types of standard deviation. For me, for this example, because these are the 26 smallest and the 25 biggest, there's no other states that we're working with. I actually want to use the population standard deviation. So what you do is you type STD-DEV for standard deviation. This will give me the sample standard deviation. But if you put a P on the back, now it's going to give the population standard deviation. Tell the calculator which list you're using, and it's going to then find that for you. And then lastly, for your 5-number summary, you can do them one at a time with medians and quartiles. But if you just type stats, like literally the word stats, and then put in your list, it's going to give you that 5-number summary. And from here, you can subtract max and min to find the range, and you can subtract Q3 and Q1 to find the quartiles. So that's the easiest way to use the computer to make sure you get the numbers that you need. The analysis and description of those numbers is then up to you. As you have questions, check in with your classmates or check in with me.